Greetings, my friends, and welcome on back to another episode of Minecrafting with Ultra. I am Ultra. We completed this last episode. We completed the gatehouse, and we extended the road a little bit all the way down to about here, about where our mine is going to be. And then I got distracted and decided I want a drawbridge. So this is going to be, I don't know, probably cool. I hope. So here's what we're gonna have on either side. Actually, let's go over here. So on either side, we'll have like anchor points for the bridge. And then the stone part is gonna come out about to here, about to where these little pop-up little brickies end. That's where I was counting. So from like this point out is gonna be wood, and this will be the part of the drawbridge that actually goes up and down. I know it's Minecraft, nothing actually goes up and down, but we're just gonna pretend and use our imaginations. So, and it'll be the same on both sides. We'll have wooden drawbridge out to the middle, wooden drawbridge out to the middle. We'll have big support tower things here that'll have like a rope or like a chain that'll come down that will be what raises and lowers the drawbridge. And then each of these towers will contain a counterweight. So we'll have the chain will run down the tower, and we'll have like a big old rock or something that will tie to the bottom of it. And that'll be what they use to raise and lower the drawbridge. So whenever a big tall ship wants to sail through here, they can raise the things up. Or if there's like an attacking, you know, whatever force has made it past the gate into the city here, that can just be another thing they can do to try and cut them off from the main part of town, which is going to be over here. Make sense? You with me? So this thing's probably going to take a while. I've never built anything like this, and I decided that I wanted to make it at this kind of wonky angle just because I wanted it at the point where it kind of stuck out the most, like into the water. I don't know. To me, this is just where it makes sense to have a bridge. Instead of continuing to try to tell you about it, why don't I just show you? Ta-da! We got that drawbridge now. Check this thing out. I think this thing turned out incredibly. Way, way better than I hoped. It's still not done. We do still have to knock a couple windows into it and stuff like that, but we'll do that once we get to the interior. We're going to do that part together. There's a couple things that I'm not sure if I'm super happy with. One is the chains. I think from a distance they look pretty cool. Like if we come out here, they're fine. But once you get up close, I hate how you can see how disconnected they are, especially from down here. I think they just look kind of weird. So I might do something different with those eventually. And the same thing with the drawbridge itself. I think the design is okay, but I think that there's plenty of room for improvement. I wanted to make like, so the barrels are supposed to be like the hinge point, like this is where it would rotate, and then the chains would let it lower down and meet in the middle. Also, when I was doing this beach here, I was gonna dig this little rock out. I was gonna dig it out and actually get rid of that because my thought was like, you know, they're gonna have big ships passing through here and stuff like that. But I didn't really feel like messing with it. So I just stuck a flag on it. That seems like something that people would do. Like, hey, like, you know, don't drive your boat over here, you know, or you might wreck. You can't come this way. You wanna come this way around. I thought it was a cute little detail. So we need to get inside though and finish the interior. Like I mentioned, we got to punch some windows into it, and that'll be easier to do from in there. And also I want to have the chains, so the chains run up, and I want to have them connect to like a beam up here in the ceiling somewhere, and have that beam look like it could like roll and like let the chains out so the drawbridges could come down. And then we'll have a stone, we'll have like a big counterweight hanging from the chains. And like right now, the counterweight will probably be down here because it's pulled down to pull the chains up. You know what I mean? To pull this up. Because eventually we're gonna build like a boat. We'll build a big old ship that'll pass through there. But I think having a little bit of functionality, a little bit of imagination on the inside could make this thing look even cooler. All right, I've got some stuff here that'll hopefully help us get this thing finished up. I wanna tell a story with this interior, and I wanna kind of explain it to you guys as we go. The first thing we're gonna need to do is enclose off these sides. So if we do that on both sides, it'll give us like a little bit of a corridor kind of coming through here. So now we'll build these walls up, something like that. I put the walls in, I gave us a little bit of a ceiling, and that way we've got a floor on the next level up. And I also put some doors in on either side here, that way we can have, we'll do like a staircase, access to the next floor. But before we do that though, I want to finish off this ceiling down here. I feel like it looks kind of plain right now, and one thing that we could do to help it is to make like maybe some support beams up there, just to make it look like it's a little bit thicker, and blend it in a little bit with the arch down here. There, much better. Now we just need to put in maybe a little bit of wood. I'm thinking maybe run a little bit of spruce wood along here just to help the entrance kind of stand out a little bit. There, we'll give it that fancy little trim just like that. Now, another thing that we're gonna need, we're gonna put a little chair here, and we'll pretend that there will be a guard will sit there, and it will be his job to ring this little bell that we're gonna put right there. That way, if anybody comes along and needs the bridge like raised or lowered, or if there's like a boat that's coming through, he can stand up off his chair, wake up, and be like, hey, stuff needs to go down. So I'm liking how this little area here is coming along. I think we're about ready to start heading up to the next level. Doors that way. Yeah. Another thing you can never go wrong with is just like some random barrel action. We can pop a lantern on that guy, and we'll pile a couple more barrels up maybe over here, and maybe we'll put like a little table over here. And while we're down here, why don't we fix this floor too? And there we are. I think we're about ready to start heading up, and to do that we're gonna need stairs. So I think if we go bink, 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 and then we do a slab, we should be able to kind of repeat that pattern all the way up. Bink, 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 bink. It's getting dark. And then now that we're here at the top, we're gonna have to break our way through. Do a stair there, and then a slab like that. There, now we've got access to the up here. I think what I want to do is maybe pop a trapdoor there, and we'll do another one there. And then while we're up here, we're gonna go ahead and surround this thing with a nice little guardrail. And watch this, we're gonna pop a nice little barrel right there with a nice little lantern on him right there, just like that. Okay, so this part is safe. Down here is not. I think what I want to do is we will run oak trapdoors down like this. And if we go, whoop, and if we go every two, wait. Oak trapdoors like this. And I think maybe we'll just fill this wall in. Nobody needs to go back here. And we'll come back through and we'll put upside down stairs on the underside. Whoop, not there. There, so now we got a nice little staircase access right here. And I think what I want to do to make it even more safe, why don't we just fill this in? There we are. And I think for the lights in here, we'll do the old classic trick of popping a torch into an item frame. And I like to use the deep slate tile slabs. If you put them in there, I feel like it looks like a nice little, you know, holder, little doodad. For this little corner here, we're just gonna pile some barrels up because it doesn't really matter what goes down here. We're not really gonna be in here much, but I think we'll light it up like that. And maybe we'll put an item frame with a little axe that way. And I think for the ceiling, what we might do is just kind of seal it off. Maybe like this. We'll do it on the bottom slab here. That way nothing can spawn up there. I don't really need to put anything up there. I don't really need that room, so we're just gonna close it off. I think this looks pretty nice. We'll do the same thing over here on the other side, and then we'll head up to the next floor. And then as we make our way up the tower, another thing we're going to do is start punching some windows into the walls here. And I think as we go up, we'll kind of just slowly add in more until we get to the top. Bam, windows. And up at this level, we're just gonna continue on with popping some windows into the build. And I want a pretty decent amount of windows on this floor, I think. I wanna let a lot of natural light in here and also give a lot of visibility to the dude whose job is to chill in here. Because he's gonna need to see out to the drawbridge and see, you know, boats and stuff coming and things like that. And I think for these windows, we're going to use our oak trapdoors. And don't forget our campfire overhangs. Now we're just gonna go ahead and build ourselves up right here. I think right about here, right where the chains come in, we're actually going to knock in some windows. And this will let some more of that natural light come in up here. For these top windows, I don't think I'm gonna be putting in shutters just because they're so kind of inaccessible up here. I think I just want them to be for, again, kind of for natural light and really just to break up this roof line. And right above these guys, I think we'll put in another window here, kind of a bigger one, except for we'll give it a little bit fancier of an overhang, something like this. Yeah, I think I like that. And then another little detail I think we'll add is below these windows, we'll put little oak buttons just to make it stand out a little. Yeah, I think that looks super, super cool. And with that, I believe the entire exterior of this build is finished. The only thing I have left to do is this interior part here. And there's gonna be a lot of little parts, and I think it's gonna be a little bit easier to just explain to you guys when it's done. So that's how we're gonna do it. Check it out, ta-da! Let me give you the whole like tour. Okay, so first of all, we've got this big, heavy stone, and it's hung from that beam up there, and we conveniently have this little access ladder here. It takes us up to this platform in case you ever need to do any maintenance or anything like that. So the stone's connected to this beam, which is connected to this chain that runs out to the drawbridge, the drawbridge out yonder, and then it has this line that runs down. That line connects to this thing here, and in my mind I imagine that like the grindstone is something that you can turn, and then this is like a bigger gear here, and then you've got an even bigger gear behind it. So the whole thing transfers the energy up to that, and then it raises and lowers the stone, so you can raise and lower the drawbridge. So if you can remember, we have the gentleman whose job it is to sit down here, and if he sees anybody coming who, like if a boat needs to go under the drawbridge, or if the drawbridge needs to come down, he says, oh crap, let me ring this bell here. Which causes this guy up top side here to say, oh man, I forgot I was at work. Yeah, that's right, I'm awake. And he rings his bell, and then he comes over here and he spins the thing and he makes the drawbridge happen. Make sense? I think so. It makes sense to me. Overall, I am super, super happy with how this build came out. Check this thing out, man. This area in general is gonna look so awesome, especially once we get some more stuff built up. I'm absolutely loving it. I hope you guys are too, though. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, please leave a like on the video. If you're new, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.